Hello everybody and welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. I'm your host, the INSANEBRIT, and today we are reviewing Batman the Telltale's series. Now first of all we're going to go down the story, and the story of this game in particular, the Telltale series, is first and foremost, it is a brand new story. It is not affiliated to any current Batman story going on in the Batman universe via comic or cartoon. So this basically, what the hell is going on here? I can't move. This basically gives the writers of Telltale series what the fuck? Sorry, I can't move forward. This gives them freedom of creativity. This game is based on the fact after Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, and of course it gives them a little bit of freedom there. The story follows your Bruce Wayne or Batman. You'll switch between the two. Basically, you'll be supporting Harvey Dent as Bruce Wayne in his political party campaign to make Gotham a safer and better place, putting your faith in him, etc. And then a scandal happens with your family, and then he is forced to kind of cut you off, but at the same time you're trying to support him through his attacks that he's getting through these particular individuals or terrorists called the Children of Arkham, who we don't know who they are. But we have a bunch of villains show up in particular in this game, including the likes of Penguin, in which they have put a human face on, so they're not like the 1990s of what you saw in the Batman movies, etc., or even the actual games that you're already accustomed to. All the cartoons, they basically came out with their own Penguin, put his narrative on there as sly and cunning. Joker, or aka John Doe, as you can see here, his name's John Doe in this particular game. He is making an appearance late on in the actual game itself. You have Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face, in here again as your friend. He starts to turn at points in time, along with Catwoman, etc. And that pretty much sums up most of your main characters, along with a few in the Children of Arkham or whatever, or the leader specifically. But I'm not going to give away the ending or the spoiler to that. So basically, you'll bounce around between Batman and Bruce Wayne, supporting Harvey Dent, and you'll go to and investigate the terrorist attack going on with the Children of Arkham and Falcone's connection to it. Or is he connected, etc., etc. And that pretty much runs down the actual story. 5 episodes overall. Like I said, I covered the story and the characters. The gameplay is basically a typical Telltale game story, point and click kind of gameplay, along with the decisions that you make. Supposedly they, how should I put it, curb the way your story turns out. But for me, in this game's only a one-time playthrough, as it doesn't really give you any major consequences like The Walking Dead, where characters die. If anything, it's a narrow hallway, and you always end up essentially picking the wrong decision that leads them to the same narrative at the end of the day anyway. The consequences, more or less to me, are put on a jacket when you go outside, or don't put on a jacket when you go outside. It ain't going to affect you in the way you think it will or should, like the Walking Dead series, where characters die off. And that's really a shame, because it doesn't really feel like that kind of intensity, and it's really piss poor in that aspect. So it's kind of disappointing, and I feel frustrated at that. I won't even lie, as a fan of the Telltale series and the Batman universe in itself. So yeah, pretty much simplistic, typical Telltale series gameplay, which ain't a bad thing. It's just a reality of how this game plays out. The graphics is cartoonish, and it kind of works well with the comic book theme of Batman universe anyway. It's really well polished, so I've got no complaints there. It's pretty much like the Walking Dead series, but like I said, this probably goes into it a little bit better because it is a comic book art style, you know what I mean? So it plays quite well into it.
It's not lunch yet.
The game is just, like I said, a one-time playthrough, and I kind of wish that they would bring more characters in the next time, and hopefully ramp up that more intensity of the actual story, as it were. And that's a hardcore Batman fan saying that. The ending itself is, what the hell's going on? The ending itself is pretty decent to a point, but it feels, for me, it lacks that intensity up until the 4th and 5th episode, which is really disappointing. It feels that the game plays too much politics and there's too much talking and not enough action for me in this actual game. So for overall, the pros. It's got good graphics. You can also plan your attacks as Batman.
What can you tell me about it?
Of course, it is an easy platinum trophy as well. And I'd highly recommend picking up the game if you're a hardcore Batman fan, you love the Telltale series, or you love trophies. Other than that, I can't really recommend picking up this game based on that. The cons is there's not enough action, there's too much politics, not intensity enough, and there's not enough consequences for your actions, so you never really get to see the consequences to any dire actions that you make, you know what I mean, like deaths of characters or anything like that, which is really disappointing. Having said that, I hope in the next game it is more intense and they bring in more characters and it's more violent and more plot twists and more dark, and I think that's very much what it needs.
Any idea what this opens?
You know what I mean? Overall, guys, like I said, those 3 reasons for picking up is if you're into trophies or you're a big Batman or fan of Batman. Other than that, I would say go and pick up the Batman Arkham series. I think that might be a better bet for you to get over 80, 90, 150 hours of Batman in HD on the PS4. If you haven't played them, I highly recommend going out and buy them, including the Arkham Knight. Even that, or especially the other ones as well, where you'll get a real intense, monstrous experience of Batman flying around, using gadgets, blowing shit up, taking on thugs, sneaking around. Those are much better Batman experiences compared to this, I will not even lie. But this is a change of pace, and I appreciate what they tried to do, and I can't wait for the next one, just to hopefully hope they improve on all the things that this series has to offer, or this universe in itself. Overall, guys, for me, a score out of 10, and I will be scoring out of 10, by the way, for games. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. It's below average. It's not. If you never played this game, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter unless you care about trophies or you're a Batman fan. Even then, it just doesn't matter. I would highly recommend going out and buying other games. Of the other Batman games already currently out there. They are much better than this, I feel. But this is a nice try, and I will be keeping an eye on it, and I will be buying the next one just to see what they do as a hardcore Batman fan. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All links are in the description below, along with my PayPal and Patreon if you want to become a Patreon member with perks, etc. And or just a one-time donation. It's up to you. It doesn't matter how much you give. All goes to food and game reviews and games playthroughs and stuff like that. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
And you were supporting the campaign. I saw all sorts of photos of the two of you together. Oh, well.